So what were your initial thoughts when Del Mar came to you with the idea of Battle of the Exes?
You know, my first thought was, yeah, it sounds like fun. It'd be great. Uh, and then then I decided not to. We weren't getting along so well, and I just thought it wouldn't be a good thing to do, you know. So then after that, talked to Craig Dado again about it for a while, and you know, he really thought it'd be good for racing, you know, just to bring some people out to the track, and anything that's good for the sport, I certainly want to be part of. So I decided to do it.
Is that what ultimately persuaded you to do it? Just the fact that it could be a good day just to get people out there?
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much the only reason I did it. I have really nothing to win in this situation. I mean, you know, I'm blessed to have done as well as I've done, and you know, if she beats me, it's gonna be I ain't gonna hear the end of it, you know.
And if you beat her, will you
Well,
not let her hear the end of it?
no, well, no, she won't let me hear the end of it. I'll never say anything to her.
Are you very competitive just by nature, just in general?
Extremely, uh, really, really bad actually. At anything and everything, I have to come first.
And has that been something that you've had since you were little, since you were a kid?
Yeah, you know, and it's funny that it was match racing that made me that way. You know, I did it since the time I think I was 11 the first time I raced in a match race, and I did it, you know, up until I started riding, up until I was 16. So I just became very competitive with it.
What's your overall feeling just about match racing? Because it can be very dangerous.
It can be, you know, this situation is certainly we still have stewards. You know, back when I was doing it, anything goes. You know, but that's not really the case here. So it's not near as dangerous.
Can't go back to any of your old tricks.
Oh, there's still some I can probably pull a little bit. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Were you and Chantal competitive on the track when you were dating, even when things were going well?
Yeah, she hated jogging with me because I had to, of course, finish first, you know, or if we left a restaurant or something in different cars, you know, we try to beat each other home. Yeah, she's extremely competitive too. She really is. That's what makes her so good, you know.
What do you think is going through her mind while she's preparing for this?
She's scared. I think she's worried. She knows that I've done it for a long time, to be honest with you, and she's so competitive. I mean, she wants to win. She wants to win this bad.
I know that when you guys were together, and maybe since then too, you were kind of a mentor to her in a lot of ways as far as her riding career. Is this sort of a case now where you think back on all the things you taught her?
Darn it. You know, she had some great teachers. You know, Angel Cordero taught her a lot. You know, when she was young, and but yeah, you know, I really, you know, when I came in, it was more. I always thought she rode a good race. It was just things she needed to work on, and just kind of help, you know, fine tune things. And now she's a little machine. You know, I mean, to be honest with you, I'd like to sit here and say horrible things, you know, but you know, I could honestly say I'm probably her biggest fan, really.
Are you proud of her for what she's done here?
Extremely, really proud of her. I hope she don't see this, but yeah, there's no one more proud of her than I am.
Are there any tricks up your sleeve, things that you didn't teach her that you've held on to for yourself?
Every teacher keeps something to themselves, and there are certain things in match races that you can do that helps. I'm not gonna say what they are, of course, but I'm not too sure some of those things are gonna play the same on this surface. As you well know, I mean, if you use your horse too much on it early, it could hurt you, and a lot of times in a match race, you could use your horse, you know, as hard as fast as you want in the beginning, and it would give you an advantage. I'm not too sure that's going to be the case here, so I'm going to have to really study the track before this happens.
Yeah, is there a way that the track can set this up as far as choosing the horses that will make it more fair?
Yeah, I think whoever of course, the choice of the horses is going to be a big part of it on any surface, but really so on this. You know, some horses just don't handle it as well as others do, and you know, if you get a horse that's too aggressive on it, you know, normally you'd want that in the match race, but I'm not too sure that'd be the case here. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Ideally, do you think on this surface, with the way this needs to play, you both need to kind of reserve your horses down the backstretch, and as you turn for home, then pull out all the stops, then go for it and see who can finish?
Pull out a knife if I have to. You know, I was raised always to respect, women and stuff. But in this case, she ain't going first. I'm gonna walk first. She can walk behind me.
Can anyone else, do you think, like, had they tried to set this up with any other jockey, would any other jockey have kind of gotten under your skin as far as wanting to beat them as much as she can?
As competitive as I am, I really I'm more competitive against myself. I feel like if I even if you're winning 20% of the time in this sport, you're doing incredible. I mean, so it's not necessarily about winning, but just knowing that I did the best that could have been done on that situation, and I'm pretty happy with myself then. But again, going back to this situation, like Ricky Bobby said, we were talking earlier. If you're not first, you're last, and that's the truth in this matter because there's only two of us.
What about your preparation overall? What do you do, not just for this, but just in general? What's your routine to keep yourself fit and ready for competition?
I work out a lot. I go to the gym just about every day. I'm missing today because we're doing this, but I go every day and work out. If I'm not working out, I'm usually running somewhere or back home in Sierra Madre. I hike, the mountain a lot. So, but I stay pretty fit. I don't get on as many horses in the morning as I used to. So I need to do more, so that when I finally do get to ride, I'll be ready.
What about your trainer down here? Talk about him, your relationship with him, how long you guys have been working together.
Brian, he's a great guy. I've been with him I met him probably 9 years ago, about 9 years now. And I've been training with him just about that long, and he's a super trainer. I mean, he's trained a lot of really good athletes, and he keeps it interesting for me.
What do you like about his methods, and what is it? Has he had to adapt what he does to your profession?
He says he has. I mean, he's teaching me a lot of different things. But I mean, he mixes it up a lot. We're not in there doing the same thing all the time or just lifting. I mean, there's sometimes he's got ropes on me and I'm having to drag his big butt around the gym and just all kinds of different stuff to keep it interesting and keep it different.
What about what you were mentioning about the purse structure? Any challenges? Anything you'd want to do to make this a little more exciting?
Yeah, I would like to challenge her to winner takes all. That's the way a match race is supposed to be. You match somebody and you put the money up, and whoever wins gets it. And so I'd like to propose it to her. The winner takes all.
Knowing her as well as you do, what do you think her reaction will be?
Are you kidding? She'll want part. She'll want her part. What woman doesn't?
She'll want the guaranteed check.
Yeah.
So we asked Chantal on a scale of 1 to 10 how much she wanted to win this race. She said 10.
Mm-hmm.
We also asked her 1 to 10 how much she wants to win the Kentucky Derby, and she said 10. So if I put that to you, where would you put yourself on the 1 to 10 scale, even though you've been there for the Derby?
I'll say 11. Both.
Just last question. How bad do you want to win? I mean, this specific race. Are you thinking about it? Are you going to the gym and using it as part of your motivation to push yourself?
To be honest, no. To be honest with you, it's a match race, and I mean she's got as good a chance as I do when it comes really right down to it. It just depends who draws better. Like I said, she's very talented in her own right, and but yeah, bragging rights, man. I really want to win. I can't walk back in that jocks room and face all those guys if she beats me, man. They're not gonna let me hear the end of it.
On that note, is it different, or is it an advantage or disadvantage to be outside versus inside of someone in a match race?
It could be. Yeah, it definitely could be.
You can tell me now. This won't run before she sees it.
Yeah, it depends, on what kind of horse you're on. If you're on the one that's the aggressor, yeah, I mean, yeah, I can float her out. From the outside, I know where the little spots, where I can kind of maybe mess her up just a little bit. There's a few things I can do.